The soul is ever perfect, ever free, and ever joyous. We can change our destiny by changing our consciousness. Serve as if you're serving God in every corner. Therefore, the man's eternal quest is only to find God. Welcome to another session of Swadhyaya. Today we will be discussing the book Man's Eternal Quest by Paramahansa Yogananda. This book is considered by many to be a 20th century classic. This is the book which is actually a collection of talks and essays by Paramahansa Yogananda on realizing God in daily life. So the notes of his lectures and talks were taken by the SRF disciples, and these were then stenographically recorded during the 20s and 50s. And then the raw lecture transcripts were compiled and edited by the Self-Realization Fellowship Editorial Department under the guidance of Sri Daya Mata, who was one of Yogananda's foremost disciples. So, Masters, this book is actually very, very long and a big book. It has 56 chapters and it has over 400 pages. So I will try my best to summarize the few key points that have struck me as being Yogananda's most important teachings. So the first teaching of Yogananda ji, which I felt like sharing, was the true nature of the soul. So basically, he explains that the soul is ever perfect, ever free, and ever joyous. It is a spark of the divine, of the infinite, and is untouched by the many dramas of life. So our true identity is far greater than the body and mind. He explains this beautifully by using a few examples. The first example he gives is about the movie screen analogy. So when we all go to the theater and watch a movie, we see that there are a lot of pictures, images that are projected on the movie screen. So in the same way, he explains that all the ups and downs, the joy, the sorrow, the failure, the success, everything that we experience in our life, he equates it with the images that are shown on a screen. But when the images are projected, the screen itself on which the images are projected remains untouched. It does not change with the images that are being projected. So in the same way, we are going through a lot of experiences in life, and these are all just like the images that are being projected on the screen, but the soul is actually the witness behind. It's like that screen which is just observing all the images, all the action, everything that's happening in our life. But because of the Maya, the illusion in this 3D world, we think that we are these moving pictures, and we get so caught up in that, and we are not able to differentiate that we are actually the true essence, the true soul, which is just the witness behind. And all these emotions, the mind, the projection of the mind, the thoughts, the emotions, everything that we experience is actually just experiences that we are going through. It's temporary and they're just for learning, the process of learning in this world. So understand from this example, it is clear that the soul is basically just the observer, the witness. And another example he gives is about a light bulb. So he says that the electricity flows through the light bulb. And as long as the light bulb is intact, we can see the light bulb glowing. But even after the light bulb breaks, the electricity is still flowing. So in the same way, once the body perishes, the soul leaves the body, the electricity that he's equating that to the soul, that leaves the body to only transition into another light bulb. So the soul will move from one body to another body in another lifetime, but that's a constant that keeps flowing. So we all, because we are into meditation, we all at some point or the other during meditation, we have probably witnessed or experienced this in a fleeting glimpse that we are just the witness, and the witness that does not judge, the witness that does not age, it doesn't fear, but it's just that peace, that light that you can feel that you are. So that is the true essence of the soul, according to the explanation in this book by Paramahansa Yogananda ji. And the other teaching that keeps coming up in many of the essays and lectures he gives is about the life purpose. So basically, he says that the ultimate purpose of life for every single human who has incarnated on this earth is actually to realize our oneness with God. And this not as a belief, but as a direct personal experience in meditation. So we are not here to chase material comforts. We are not here to achieve the things that we think we need to achieve in the outer world. We are not here to have relationships, success, failure, accumulate money. All these are only temporary experiences. The eternal fulfillment comes only when we understand that we are the same divine principle. That is, that we are the soul. So none of the external things that we chase or we try to achieve in life will satisfy the soul. So therefore, the man's eternal quest is only to find God. So he explains that all the life struggles that we go through, the challenges that we go through, are only to awaken us to this truth that we need to fulfill our life purpose and realize that we are the same divine principle. And he says that life is basically a school, and we come onto this earth plane only to remember who we truly are. In a lighter note, there's a lot of humor that he has used in this book. And one of the lighter notes, he says that he notices that people often say to him that they are very serious about self-realization, but they do not give this utmost priority. So he says that even if God came to somebody, that person might actually say, "Oh God, you didn't come at the right time, not today. Today is a very busy day, and I have an appointment at the beauty parlor today, so I won't be able to attend to you." So he says that that is how we are caught in this Maya and the illusion, that on the one hand, we feel that we need to realize who we are, we need to understand our true purpose, but because the way the illusion and the Maya, it forms, it's very hard to get out of this illusion. So that's when he says that the next thing that we have to seriously do in life is the meditation. Paramahansa Yogananda ji explains that meditation is the only way to experience that we are the soul directly. Because when we sit in meditation, we are able to withdraw from all the senses. And once we withdraw from the senses, it's only then that we can quieten the restless mind within and awaken the intuition and experience that consciousness is separate from the body and the thoughts. And he again gives a very funny example of how the restless mind of a human is. And he says that it's not just a monkey mind, but it's actually a mind, a monkey that's been drinking wine and bitten by a scorpion. So that's how he explains how the restless mind of a human being is. And the only way that we can quieten and withdraw from this restless mind to realize and experience that inner peace and bliss, which is our true nature, is by doing regular meditation. So, meditation will lead us to that calmness and understand our divine nature. So, the other teaching that I found throughout this book in several essays was about karma and free will. And we all have now very familiar with terms karma, free will, through all the Swadhyaya and listening to so many masters, including Pradeep sir. Pradeep sir has already taught us many times that karma is simply a law of cause and effect, and it operates with perfect justice. There's absolutely no injustice in this universe. And even if we feel that there is some injustice meted, it's because we do not know our past. So our past sows the seeds for our present, and all the habits, the prejudices, the fears, the talents, opportunities, everything that shapes our life has come from our past. Paramahansa Yogananda ji has given an example here that there was a wealthy man, and he always had a lot of negative, kind of feelings towards people who used to ask for alms. So he did not feel very positive or good in when he saw such people. And one day in his meditation, he actually found that he himself led a life in the past where he was living in poverty and he had to beg for alms. So basically, the same inferiority complex and negative feelings that he had in that lifetime, he was still carrying into this lifetime, and that was shaping his thoughts in the present. So, but there is a way to come out of karma. It's not like written in stone, and that is the free will. And so, meditation and the service we do can weaken the past karma, and it can help us in building new uplifting tendencies. So, we can change our destiny by changing our consciousness. So, when we meditate, we can use our free will strongly and wisely, because through meditation, we have a calmer mind, and that helps us make the right choices and have a right thinking in our life. Without meditation, with a disturbed mind, we often tend to act impulsively, compulsively, and thereby we accrue more negative karma. So here we have a chance by using our free will, we can change our destiny if we raise our consciousness through meditation and service. And the next teaching that I would like to discuss is about the role of devotion and love. And while meditation is a science of knowing the divine, devotion is trusting the divine. And we've heard Pradeep sir also say so many times that you have to trust the process of life, trust the divine, and have complete surrender. then you can see the miracles happening in your life. So for the true spiritual growth to happen in each of us, we have to develop that implicit trust in the divine, love and trust for the divine, love and trust for the Guru. And this can then transmute into love for all beings. And when we experience this, we will be able to experience the oneness. For this, I would like to give my own example. One day I was just walking in a neighborhood park, and I saw a homeless man in the park looking for food in the garbage bin, and it was really a very kind of sad to see somebody who's living in such a affluent city, and in such an affluent neighborhood, that this person was going through this kind of a situation in his life. So my husband and I, we came home, and my husband tried to take some food for him, and we felt good that we were able to help him out. But a few days later, in my meditation, I actually just the face of that person just flashed in my mind. And at that point, suddenly, I started feeling like I could not differentiate between that homeless person and myself. Like I felt like I was one with him, and it was a very deep and emotional kind of an experience in my meditation. And after that, this whole concept of oneness became an experience for me. So every time now, I feel that I keep going back to that experience to remind myself that I am actually that divine consciousness that is there in everybody, and I'm one with everyone. For masters who have achieved this oneness, they are constantly living in that. That is why you can see them radiating that love. But for me, I feel like I have to constantly remind myself of this wonderful experience that I had in my meditation, to understand that yes, it is the same divine spark that's there in me, which is in everyone around me. So the other teaching of Yogananda ji is about overcoming suffering. And basically, he says that suffering, we all go through suffering because we attach to the fear, to the body, to all our thoughts. And, all this leads to the suffering that we experience. But suffering is actually not a punishment. If you go back to the pre-birth soul plan, etc., that we have learned, we, as a soul, we bring on certain experiences to understand and learn from them. So whenever we go through suffering or challenges, we have to understand them as a signal to expand consciousness. And when we, by meditation, expand our consciousness even slightly, the suffering will lose its power. And this again, I would like to share my own personal experience. I brought with myself as a soul a lot of challenges, to learn from them and to grow from them. And almost 2, 3 decades of challenges health wise I was going through. And every time I heard masters say that, suffering, pain is there, but suffering is optional. You don't need to suffer even if you're in pain. I never used to understand. I used to feel that that is not right, and it's being very insensitive to the person who is in pain. But after I started meditation and I learned about the pre-birth soul plan and how the soul actually chooses what it wants to go through for it to understand and grow as the soul, as mature as a soul, I then started understanding that this everything here is basically a big drama that we are playing out in life. Then I could understand that yes, if I had a role in a school play, if I had to play the role of someone who is suffering, who is not going through some health challenges, I would play the role, but I will not suffer from it because I know that it is all temporary. So in this way, I understood that what I'm going through, all the challenges are something that I designed for myself. And I started taking complete responsibility for my life. So this truly I was able to achieve only through the understanding that I have got from the meditation, and also from learning about the soul science and how we can come out of suffering. So this was another powerful teaching of Paramahansa Yogananda. And practical spirituality is something that he again and again emphasizes. And I find that so amazing that we've learned this again so many times with Pradeep sir, that from Pradeep sir, that the true sign of a spiritual person is if you're living it practically in your day-to-day life. And the way to practical spirituality boils down to aligning your thoughts, words, and deeds to your highest ideals, and having pure intent. Intent is very important in everything. So you have to have pure intent in in your thought, word, and deed. And always self introspect as to where you are, and are you in alignment in your thought, word, and deed to your highest ideals. And again, in a very funny, humorous way, he says that there was this man who was praying to God, saying, God, I want this perfect wife, I want the perfect home, I want the perfect life, and perfect children. And finally God says, how about you start by becoming that perfect husband first. So that's how sometimes we are blinded by from our own weaknesses, and we try to look and see if we can change others. But when you have to live with true spiritual living, means first self introspect, because the change will start within us, within you. And Paramahamsa Yogananda ji has given a lot of importance to the guru-disciple relationship. And we have all read his wonderful book, Autobiography of a Yogi, where he has described in detail the wonderful relationship that he had with his own guru, Sri Yukteswar ji. And he explains that the guru is actually like a divine friend. And, I remember having a conversation with Pradeep sir about the guru relationship. And he explained to me so beautifully that 2,500 years back, Buddha knew that in today's time, the guru disciple relationship will morph into a guru friend relationship. And therefore he said that I will come back as Maitreya Buddha, means the friend. Maitreya means a friend. So I will come back as your friend. And I remember Pradeep sir saying that look upon every guru as your friend. And in his own funny way, he said, even if Krishna, you see Krishna in your in your meditation, you must say, "Hey Krishna, how about having a cup of tea? How about chai pe charcha?" He said, if you have this kind of a relationship with your guru as a friend, it makes the master also feel good, because masters want the disciples to have that kind of a relationship. And today's age is the age of the guru being your friend. So Patriji also said that everybody is my friend and I am everyone's friend. So and I see this in my life, that I've had this wonderful blessing of having several gurus at different points in my life. I used to, as a child, I went to the Sat Sai Baba centers. My parents took me there, and then slowly I used to sing bhajans, listen to Baba's speeches, and as they are celebrating their centenary year right now, this week, his centenary, sincere gratitude to Swami for all the teachings that I've had through my childhood and teen years, and slowly, I think he nudged me and pushed me, saying, "All these years you did the bhajans, listen to speeches, but now do your meditation so you understand who I truly am, and not to bottle me as that human form, but to understand me as that total consciousness." So, sincere gratitude to all the gurus I've had, including Swami, Patriji, and Pradeep Sir now. And the last teaching, Masters, is about seeing God in all and serving others. And again, we've heard this from Pradeep Sir also, that service is really important for all of us. True spirituality expresses itself in love and service by seeing the divine in all. And, when we serve, even small acts will help dissolve the ego, expand the heart. And he gives an example of his disciples, Yogananda ji, that they felt they didn't like doing some of the service in the ashram. And then when he told them that serve as if you're serving God in every corner, their whole attitude changed. And he also talks about a nurse who used to do meditation but finally achieved self-realization by serving the poor in with all her heart, sorry, serving the sick with all our heart. So these are the key takeaways, Masters. Basically, that we are the eternal soul, not the body. Our purpose of life is to realize that we are that divine principle. And true happiness is not from the outer world, it comes from the inside. Meditation is the path, and karma can be changed, suffering can be transcended. We have to have the right living, which purifies us, expands our consciousness. The Guru guides us, and true service will help elevate us. And there are several examples of practical spirituality, Masters, that Yogananda ji has given in this book. And I'll just highlight a few for paucity of time. The first one is he talks about taking an inner pause. And that, he says, you can do by whenever you are in a situation where you feel that something is making you feel uncomfortable, just take a 2-minute pause and close your eyes, take a deep breath, and say to yourself, "Peace is my power, peace is my power." And you will see immediately you will start feeling calmer from within, and you will be able to respond to the situation instead of reacting. And the other practical spirituality tip that he has given is to see God in difficult people. He says sometimes it's really hard for us to be feel that we are able to get along with some people. So he says in that situation, what you can do is you say to yourself inwardly, "I salute the divine in you, even if your personality is a challenge." So when you say this a few times to yourself, you will see that the relationship will dynamically transform, and you will start feeling that you're able to get along. And the other one example is why me? Instead of saying why me every time we have a situation in our life, say try me, so that instead of self-pity, you start feeling stronger than that circumstance that you're facing in your life, and you will immediately see your energy increasing. And this last example, seeing your body as a sacred temple, I can relate to it because as I mentioned, going through all the health challenges, I was so disconnected with my own body. I felt like my body was just letting me down, and I was not having a very great relationship with my own body. But now, after meditation, after, experiencing that shift inside in my consciousness, I'm so grateful to my body. I know that my body is my best friend. It is trying its best to help me go through this earth journey with grace and ease. And I connect with my body so beautifully. So he says that you can do this by blessing your food, speaking kindly to your body before you sleep, and by placing your hands over your heart and telling your body, "Thank you for serving my soul." So this way you will shift from fear to harmony. And this is exactly what I feel I have experienced in my life through meditation. But after reading this book, I'm definitely motivated to try these tips that Yogananda ji has given us. And so, Masters, there are beautiful pearls of wisdom from this book. I will not be able to read all this because of time constraint, but I will put them in our TOT group. And the one thing that I have tried and it works so beautifully is this one tip that he gives, that when you feel afraid, you put your hand over your heart next to the skin, rub from left to right and say, Father, I am free. Tune out this fear from my heart radio, just as you tune out static on any ordinary radio. So if you continuously rub the heart from left to right and continuously concentrate on the heart, that you want to tune out fear from your heart, it will go and the joy of God will be perceived. I have tried this. I just imagined an imaginary fear and I tried this technique to come out of it. And I have to say that it worked like a miracle. As soon as I said this a few times, I could feel such beautiful joy in my heart, and I felt that I was free of that, whatever fear I was imagining. So, Masters, I think these are beautiful gems coming from the energy of Paramahamsa Yogananda, and we can truly experience this divine miracles when we imbibe these pearls of wisdom in our life. And this is the other one which I feel touched my heart. He says, when you came into this world, you cried, whereas everyone else rejoiced. During your lifetime, work and serve in such a way that when it is time for you to leave this world, you will smile at parting while the whole world cries for you. So hold this thought, and you will always remember to consider others before yourself. And when I read this, I truly, truly felt so much gratitude to Pradeep sir for him to keep stressing on this point that we have to do selfless service, and through selfless service, we will be able to experience that highest joy. So, Masters, I would like to conclude by saying that this book, I felt, was like going on a treasure hunt. Every paragraph, every page is filled with wondrous gifts for the seeker. It's like a modern day Bhagavad Gita. Each of us should have, I feel that each of us should have this book and make it your best friend for life. Every time you feel you need to boost yourself, you feel you need to uplift yourself, find meaning for life, just turn to this book. Even one page, even one line, paragraph, whatever you can read, and I am sure it will give you that boost and uplift you and help you connect with your true source. Paramahamsa Yogananda's teachings are timeless, and this book is really, really a must read for all. And in the end, the essence of this book, in one line, is live rightly, love deeply, meditate sincerely, and see God in everyone. In that way, you will rise above suffering and discover the joy of the soul. So this is my 30-minute presentation of this wonderful spiritual classic of the 20th century by Paramahamsa Yogananda ji. And I tried to do justice to this great book. And thank you so much, Masters, for giving me this opportunity. And like I said, please do read this book because how many ever times you read it, I am sure you will be able to connect with that book energy differently, and you will get new and new more newer insights into what is life, and what is the soul, and what is the soul purpose, and why we are here, and how to live that practical spirituality every day in your life. And the other thing I have experienced is, from when I have read this book, I feel I'm connected to Yogananda ji's energy in such a beautiful way. I can feel the change in my own meditations as well. I can see that shift in the meditation. I feel like I'm having deeper meditations, and it's just beautiful, that connection that I am feeling with his energy. So truly a wonderful blessing. And like some masters have already discussed, I did not choose this book. This book chose me, because so many, the 100 of books that we got the list, I just picked this book. Somehow I was just drawn to it. I just picked it, not knowing what this book is and how big the book is. When I finally ordered the book and got it, I was like a little scared. I thought, oh my God, this is like 400 some pages. And I don't know, how can I summarize this book in 30 minutes? It's just, it's going to be really hard. But I decided, no, I think for some reason, this book came to me. So I gave my best to reading it. Yes, now, if anybody would like to share anything or have a question, please feel free. Thank you so much again.
Madam, just one question. You are explaining Maya. Uh, in my knowledge, Maya means Ajnana. Or is there any explanation, madam? An alternate explanation?
Yes, sir. I think you're asking about what exactly is the explanation for Maya,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Illusion.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah,
So according to my understanding, basically the Maya that we experience, the illusion, is of identifying ourselves as this body, as with the thoughts, with the emotions, and not understanding that this world is actually, it's a creation that we are projecting according to what we have inside us. There is, in fact, it is, and it's actually only, in my understanding, it's a drama that each one of us is playing out here. So in this drama, we are all playing different roles according to our pre-birth soul plan. So that is the element of Maya, that if I get carried away, that this is my husband, this is my son, this is my mother, this is my father, and then get caught in this world, in this drama that we are playing, thinking that this is for real, this is my house, this is for real. So this is the Maya that we need to come out of, because at the end, there is, this is all just a drama that we are playing. If we have a school play that we have written and we are enacting, we have so many props in that play, right? You'll have a house, you will have some a parent, you'll have a father, mother, all these characters you will assemble. Then you will have props inside the house, you will have props outside. So just like that, when you are, as long as you're in the drama, you use the props, but you do not think that this person is actually my mother, this person is actually my father. You know that it is all make believe. So in the same way, we come into this world, we have in the pre-birth soul plan, we have decided that we will play all these roles so that each of us learns whatever we need to learn from each other for our soul to grow. But we come here and we forget that, and we take everything for real and get so caught in this whole so-called drama that we are playing. So we have to distance ourselves and every now and then remind that there is actually nothing here that is permanent. There's nothing that's real. I am also passing through this earth. I am here to learn the lessons, and the day will come when I leave and go. So we have to live with that detachment, enjoy everything in life, but live with detachment, knowing that it is just a drama and nothing more. And so, to me, that is the illusion that Paramahamsa Yogananda ji is saying we need to come out of. So, I hope I was able to explain the part of the illusion. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Sincere gratitude to each one of you. Thank you.